Paul, would you say we were robbed from that there, especially from the second half performance, to come from 2-0 down? Like last week, for example, to come back from 3 down to win it. Would you say it was a bit of a sucker punch right at the end there? Because, I mean, they didn't create very much in the second half.
Well, Michael's made a couple of good saves in fairness, but maybe it was kind of them on the counter-attack. We were trying to win the game. And then they had us on the break. Michael made a couple of saves, but as you said, we shouldn't really let them get back into the game. Game management at that point, but inexperienced again on the left hand side like last week. But as these games, we're finding about players, and that's what we've done. We're finding out about players and have a good idea now where we need to get strengthened for the summer, what we need to work on as well. But they come back in the game too easy. It's a disappointing start.
I was just going to ask you, the start was the same as last week. I mean, it was a horrible start.
It's too blasé. We're all right with the ball, but we're terrible off it. Didn't want to do anything. We weren't transitioning at all. Didn't want to run. Didn't want to close down. Want to take our time. Didn't want to make effort getting around the ball. Didn't want to make effort tracking, and that's what cost us. We were lazy, soft goals. Didn't have to really work for the goals. Our second goal was a scuffed cross, for example. So it was really poor. Yeah. And then we can do, like we should have been. Michael's missed one, they make it one each.
Yeah, that's it.
1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Matthew's missed an open goal, which is uncharacteristic.
Ball across the 6 yard box.
Which they make it one each. And them chances there, I thought, it's going to be one of them days. But Michael, Matthew does what he does. He dug out 2 good goals for himself, a credit to him. He's been brilliant this season, outstanding goal scorer. And then we had opportunities to score in the second half. We didn't, made the wrong pass. Made the wrong decision, but on the main, I'm disappointed to lose a match, particularly with them sitting around us. But we just have to worry about, we won next week and we finish 7th, so that's the incentive now. So the players better get their heads on for that against a very determined, knock-braided team who's fighting for their lives.
I mean, the conditions today even as well were shocking as well. I mean, the pitch was heavy, there was water down all over the place, but you really wouldn't blame it on the conditions. It was just the performance itself. No, the
performance was okay. We were okay with the ball, we just didn't want to play. It was like a pre-season game. It was taking time, and as I says, we wanted to look good and show our creativity on the ball, but it was lazy. We were lazy, and that's probably down to me, because I'm now kind of starting picking teams, looking at players. It's like a pre-season situation. But it's not, and I told them they have to bring the league form to the game, and they need to make sure that they get that effort, love for the team. And we didn't have enough of that in the first half. And we was really playing in the first 20 minutes with that desire, understanding level was boobs, young Kyle Owens. Yeah. Everybody else was not at the level, and so you can't carry that. Got better towards the end of the half when it was 2-0, 4-5 started to pick up. James picked up, McClay, Chopper picked up. Lewis picked up, McCarthy picked up, but that was 2 that we were 2 down, and we scored, which was nice. And then I leveled it up, and then as I said, we should have, when we got back in the game, it should have been a draw. We should be coming here with a draw. We didn't manage the game very well, and that's where I'm really disappointed, frustrated with the squad.
Yeah, obviously next week's obviously the end of the season. I mean, we're going to see a few more changes maybe next week again. You're still looking at those players, because again, you said there now, we obviously are looking towards pre-season now.
Yeah. Well, training's a big part now. If they're training well, then we look at the team selection then. So if they train well, they've got a chance to be on the squad, and that's been fair, and that's the way it's going to be next year, because it looks like, pray God, we have competition in each position. So we've got a good healthy squad at the minute, and hopefully we can retain the majority of them. Possibility ones might leave, they're going to be interested, I would say, in some, but I'm hoping that we retain them once we get round them now in the next couple of weeks. Start pre-season around 17th, 19th of June, and then we've got a good 8 weeks at it, and I'm looking forward to that, to get them cracking. But as I says, we've got the season, last game next week, business end for Lockbreda, obviously, of course, because they're fighting for life. So we have to take it serious. We can't take our foot off the gas. We can't be lazy. We have to own games better. We have to be better managing them. We have to take the ball better. We have to work the ball better. We have to be off the ball better, and that's what we weren't today.
I mean, in the last couple of weeks, especially at home, we're creating more chances. Do you think we're kind of spoilt with the 3G, obviously, compared to grass pitches? I mean, like today, for example, we needed to sort of get that into the boys. We're coming to places like today, and normally it's pitches like a bowling green, but today it was obviously boggy and heavy. Do you think that's the thing you have to try and get into them, obviously, to go to places like today and grind out results?
Well, that's it. That's why you need the likes of Craig Harris for these games. You know, end of season, as you say, pitch was soft. It's not at its best like it normally is pre-season, but it's had a long season, obviously. But fair play, it's still a decent surface. But as you say, we're used to playing on that kind of dry, slick surface, which is the Blanchflower. we train on it, everything's presented for that, and it does kind of cause a bit of. But listen, football's football, doesn't matter where you're at, what league you're always going to have to go to an opponent and play in their patch. Like we went to Derby a couple of weeks ago and lost in a summer situation. There is something, we definitely have to be better on our away days, particularly when we're in the bus journeys. We definitely have to be better. We haven't been good enough. That's about 4 games this year. That's right. When we have been really poor.
Ask you, you mentioned that the other week about that.
Well, it is, and listen, there's a culture as well. We're going up, and I'm going, here, hang on a minute, it's part of football's travel. You know, most of the people of Nice are spoilt, you know, because most of the games are in the city. Like I'm used to travelling 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. So people have to get used to it. As I says, we have to be better with our away days. Next year, it's something I'm going to have to look at, you know, for definite. Selecting teams that way, because there is players who don't play well away from home. That's been shown in recent performances. So disappointed that we lost, obviously, because I wanted to come here and get a result. I think that's 3 times they've beat us this year, which isn't good enough. We've beat them once. And really there's been very little between the teams. I think our football's been good, but we just didn't have enough energy or cutting edge today, and that's what was disappointing.